You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, and it's brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com. Good Wednesday morning to you, sir.
Holy moly, Rocky. You know, what was it, 200 years ago, and people from the east, and they're heading west, and then they stopped here. They're probably just going to stay for like the night.
Yeah.
And somebody's alarm didn't go off.
Yeah.
Well, we may as well stay.
You know, we could all go wherever we want to go, but we choose to be here. I kind of like it.
I blame the Norwegians. Tiger Woods is 46 today.
Happy birthday, Tiger.
And this is interesting because we talked about Davy Jones, I think, a week or so ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Davy Jones of the Monkees, of course, now deceased. He would have been 75 today.
Okay.
But Michael Naismith also has a birthday today, who was also, of course, with the Monkees.
With the Monkees.
So there's two monkeys that have their birthday today?
Yes.
That is 50% of the monkeys.
That's exactly, it's half of the Monkees.
The monkeys celebrate birthdays.
Yeah, Michael with his guitar and his little wool cap. He is 78 today.
I always liked him. He was probably my favorite monkey.
He was kind of the quiet monkey, but when he did say something, it was always spot on and rather humorous.
He was adorable.
Isn't he also the one that broke up the monkeys, though?
Oh, gosh, I don't
know.
I don't think he wanted to do the reunion live concert, any of that stuff. It's like, we did the TV thing. That was fine. But then he didn't need the ching, man.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
He came from a pretty well-to-do
He did.
family.
His mama was
invented
rich.
whiteout.
That's right. His mother did invent whiteout. That is a true story.
I know.
Came up with
I said
that. She was a secretarial pull or something for some company and got tired of going through paper and regular typewriters and said, hey, I wonder maybe this will work.
And it did.
And it did.
Very well.
Yeah, that's good.
It was 1703, 37,000 perish when Tokyo gets hit by what they thought was an earthquake. Of course, present-day geologists, archaeologists, and filmmakers now know it was probably Godzilla.
Oh.
1953.
I think it was still an earthquake.
What's Godzilla got against Tokyo anyway?
I don't know.
It's always Tokyo.
Always Tokyo.
There are a ton of Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Because I was scrolling through, and I don't remember what I typed it in. I think I was looking for "Oh God, You Devil." Anyway, I typed in "God," and I scrolled, and I think there were like 45 Godzilla movies.
Mm-hmm. I remember taking my kid brother Binky to a theater in Minneapolis. Would have been, I think, early 80s. Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr, who was Perry Mason, starred in this particular reboot of Godzilla.
Was he Godzilla?
Somehow, my kid brother talked me into buying him a poster from that movie. He still got it. Probably worth next to nothing, but yeah.
It's a couple bucks.
Oh, memories. 1953, speaking of watching stuff, RCA offers the first color television sets. To U.S. folks, suggested retail $1,175.
Nice.
And these little beauties where the screen was maybe 10, 11, 12 inches.
Yeah, I've got one of those. It's pretty.
Of course,
I do. It's pretty cool.
That's great, John. 1963, Let's Make a Deal debuts on NBC. That show is still going today.
Yes, it is. I like
really
that
cool.
show.
Of course, Monty Hall, who was the originator of that thing, and the host for years and years and years. It's now hosted by Wayne Brady.
I like him.
And has switched from NBC over to CBS a few years back. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, that thing's been going on a long time. Fantastic. A little slice of Americana for you. I know, you know, we all know, and we can just blow on down the line here.
Going to do that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
And a wintry good morning to you two little snuggle bugs. A snappy salute after the well-started brim the Ranger Dan Kemp. Jimbo, you're looking whatever. Heidi, whoa.
Ranger Dan.
Heidi, new jeans?
Yes.
I gotta tell you what, Levi, I ought to be paying you royalties. Following the, really unprecedented success of my latest book, Ranger Dan's How to Make Piles of Tax-Free, Non-Traceable Cash Selling Other People's Stuff. Now, by the way, number one on the Northview Bait and Tackle bestseller list. I just come back from inking a 3-book deal with a high-powered publisher who, for various legal concerns, will remain nameless. But I'll tell you this, I'm pretty darn excited to announce that the first book of a 3-book series about yours truly, the life and times of Ranger Dan, is about to hit bookshelves later next week.
That's
awesome.
This action-packed read chronicles my early years, my adventures as a young ranger in Yukon, Canada during the gold rush when sled dogs were in high demand.
Huh.
And my fateful meeting with a big St. Bernard Scotch Collie mixed brute of a dog named Buck, who finds a trusting, loving bond with me. Now, me using the secret identity of a fella named John Thornton, so bad guys don't know I'm really a ranger. And I don't want to give away too much, so just buy the darn thing, would you please? I guarantee you're going to read it till you stop. Titled The Life and Times of Ranger Dan, Volume 1. You're going to find this at Barnes & Noble, Northview Bait and Tackle, the Log Cabin Bar, Amazon Prime, and all your local Aldi supermarkets. Except no substitutes. Always look for the official Ranger Dan label, hastily pasted and almost covering what may appear to be the words Call of the Wild. It's $39.95 for the hardcover edition. It's $39.85 for paperback. I'd appreciate it. So, next time, this is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes,
sir.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris, and it's brought to you by Lukewarm Tap Water.
Tap water. First, I need to take a moment and give a little free plug here because it's pretty fantastic. We want to talk about the gas barrel because I slid by there the other day. I was stocking up for some stuff because, Snowmageddon coming, blah, 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 blah. Nice. And the gas, as you know, I have a large monkey on my back, and it's called Dot's Pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
Dot's Pretzels.
We kind of blame Heidi for this, don't we?
Well, the gas barrel carries Dot's Pretzels.
Yeah.
Along with amazing product from CNC Food Factory. And also, did you know they carry the line of wine from Strawbale Wine?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what makes
either.
the gas barrel so cool compared to other C-stores.
And a lot of local stuff,
a lot
which
of
is
local
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, this bag of Dots, it was like for $1 cheaper than I was buying at the grocery store.
That's awesome. And usually when you think about convenience, you pay for the convenience, but there it's like, hey, you get the convenience for free.
That's it, and that's why we say the gas barrel, baby.
That's right, baby.
Baby. Speaking of really good deals and generosity, and I was kind of waiting for this story to come out because over the years, kind of off and on, one of the big deals is, and we know John Mogan real well, who handles positioning volunteers at the Hy-Vee stores for the Salvation Army bell ringers.
Yeah.
And almost every year without fail, there's like a surprise. Somebody puts something very special in those buckets. Well, that actually kind of moves around the Midwest. And this time around, a couple southern Minnesota cities got hit with gold coins.
Nice.
Oh.
Gold coins. And it just came to light. These are actually gold coins out of Africa, originally produced in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
They're called Krugerrands.
Nice.
Okay.
Which apparently were named after somebody who was in charge of South Africa back in the 60s. Just a little gold coin.
Yeah.
Value of each one of these, a little over $900.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And no one ever takes credit for it. It's just kind of anonymous little boop.
That's the best part, though.
Oh, that's
like a special
so
little
neat.
Easter egg or something.
That it's not
So,
somebody going, I did that. Look what I did.
Well, I'm glad
On
that
my-
they looked closely enough and
Yeah.
it didn't just get dumped into like a Coinstar or something.
Oh, yeah, because you know that happens probably
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
People turning in change and whatnot.
Well, and I read a thing talking about the number of people who throw away gift cards and cash after Christmas because they rip open all their stuff, and then that
and
gets
it
put in with the
mixed in
wrapping.
the
and then-
wrapping paper.
So it's like, I almost want to go dumpster diving looking through the wrappers
Right.
now.
In fact, according to Dakota News Now, thanks for the content, Dakota News Now, one of the coins was dropped off at the Hy-Vee in Worthington, Minnesota,
cool.
who consider themselves the turkey capital of the world.
Yeah.
Until they go into Barron, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And
They invented turkeys.
There's going to be a beatdown going over who actually owns that title. So, And let's see, not only one, there was one found in Meeker County along with Nobles County, which is what Worthington is. So, yeah, so far 2 have showed up. So that's almost $2,000 just
Yeah.
with 2
right?
coins.
That's super cool.
For a great cause. So,
It is.
so whoever you are and no one really knows, good on you, man. That's
Exactly.
pretty cool.
Thank you.
That is very, very cool. Well, thank you for that update, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you right now by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for your bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. And we're going to try to brighten your day right now with some fun things to do to ring in the new year in the Sioux Empire. So I know it's tomorrow night, New Year's Eve, and there's a lot of folks looking forward to just ripping the page off the calendar and throwing the whole darn thing away and, getting to a whole new year. 2020 has not been wonderful for a lot of people. So let's take a look at some of the things that are happening. By the way, I shared this on our Facebook page last night. This was sent to me from downtown Sioux Falls. So a lot of the stuff that's on here happens to be from Sioux Falls, but I also opened the opportunity for anybody with an event to post on there as well. So if you're looking for something to do and you want to find something in your area, be sure to check Facebook.com/SunnyRadio and Facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. And I want to remind you, if you happen to have an event, go on there, just chime in, put a comment, say, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what's going on. And there's no charge for you to do that. Just go to our Facebook page and let us know, here's what we have happening. So, all right, I'm going to read through the thing that I have right here. New Year's Eve events. Again, these are all in downtown Sioux Falls. There's a thing called New Year's Eve with the Haig Brothers and members of the Jazz Quintet. That'll be at the R Wine Bar. That's on 8th Street, kind of across from 8th and Railroad Center where we used to be. New Year's Eve party at Pave. There's one called F2020. It's a New Year's Eve party at Remedy Brewing. There's also a New Year's Eve champagne flights party at Wine Time on Main. New Year's festival at the Washington Pavilion. New Year's date night at Plum's Cooking. There's a movie at the State Theater, Grease, from 1978. That's something fun to do for New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve at Dada Gastropub, a limited menu with options for a 3-course meal, it looks like. Movies at the Sioux Falls State Theater, Grease, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Wolfwalkers, and more. And it says New Year's Eve specials. There's a special package to stay at the new hotel on Phillips. They're doing a little special thing there. Special to-go cocktails at Dada Gastropub. And then the very first, January 1st, that's the first Friday, kick off the new year. We're the first Friday in downtown Sioux Falls. So that's all the stuff that was sent to us from downtown Sioux Falls. Like I said, I've got a link to all of that on our Facebook page. Also remind you, our good friends at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, they've got one heck of a party planned for Grand Falls tomorrow night. So you can get tickets and get a table to enjoy the Johnny Holmes Band. Those guys are amazing, by the way. I've seen them so many times, and it's always an amazing show. High energy, so much fun. worth the price of admission. So that's something else that's going on tomorrow night. Again, that's at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort. And then I want to remind you, if you know of an event that I haven't talked about, you can add that to the list at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. There's no charge to do that. So if you have an event you're promoting of your own, go on there and chime in. Just make a comment and let us know what's happening. And we're going to try to make that as kind of the fun central. Again, facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. And again, for those of you who don't plan to go out tomorrow night, we don't know if we're going to. We were talking about that. We've got some friends that want to go out. Heidi and I both were kind of just thinking, you know what, just maybe staying home kind of sounds like an okay idea. If you were going to be sitting around kind of looking for something to do, tune in to Sunny 93.3. If you can't get it at your home where you live, you can listen online at sunnyradio.com. And you can also listen through an Alexa device. Just say, play Sunny 1520, and that'll play the station. We've got some fun stuff coming up tomorrow night, some great music for New Year's Eve, and a little bit of a countdown. So that's all going to be happening as well. But going to try to ring in the new year the right way. Thank you so much for listening to today's Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are fabulous. Shout out to, what's her name? She was in Dukes of Hazzard. Simpson.
Jessica?
Thank you very much. She just dropped 100 pounds.
Oh, good for her. 100 pounds?
100
Holy
pounds. She must have been.
She must have been.
Well, she had babies and stuff. I don't know.
Jessica Simpson. Okay. I was thinking Britney Spears. I say she dropped 100 pounds,
Those
too.
are two
she broke up
completely
with Kevin
different
Federline.
people. Oh, I see what you did there.
Sorry.
Wow.
You were saying?
What's happening at the box office? Not much, because the box office just isn't the box office really anymore, but what films are making money? Well, the new Wonder Woman 1984, they're considering this a success.
Okay.
It raked in over the weekend $16.7 million.
Which sounds like a lot of money to us, but in the movie world, that's
not much.
That's nothing at all. The original Wonder Woman with, what is her name, Gal Gadot? Is that how you pronounce that? As Diana Prince, a.k.a. Wonder Woman. Yeah. The original, a few years back, 2017, that thing grossed more than $100 million in its first weekend of release.
Right.
But this is all being streamed now.
Yeah.
Right.
Which apparently, you guys know more about that than I do, because I don't have that service. But you guys actually will.
We do. Yeah.
You'll pay a little dough to see a movie, right?
Usually
like,
we just
like online or whatever. Like
we watch.
It depends.
We watch the stuff that comes on Netflix.
We usually watch the free stuff,
and then we go on Amazon Prime. We'll watch what's available free through Amazon Prime. But once in a while, we'll rent something.
Not very often.
But we rented what's that? The two guys in the woods. What was that called? Dale and Tucker.
Oh yeah, Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, we've rented that several times. Tucker
we actually
and
ended
Dale.
up buying it. We own that one now.
Do
it's
we?
on there. We can watch it whenever we want.
Oh yeah.
Wait, no,
Tucker
own
and Dale
it.
versus Evil. If you've never seen it before, my goodness, that is.
But when
so
you
funny.
think about it, they're kind of celebrating this at $16.7 million. A $17 million debut of a film like that would be considered catastrophically horrible, if not horribly embarrassing.
But is that the number one movie right now?
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Easily. So it's interesting how the dynamics have shifted.
Mm-hmm.
But still, production costs were production costs. And I mean,
they still have to make that up.
How they're going to regain all that do-re-mi is beyond me. But I suppose if it's out there long enough and more theaters open, maybe.
I've had a chance over the last year to talk to several people who I've had on for Movie Star Monday who had movies that were coming out this year that became streaming only because, theaters were closed.
Right.
And they were talking about how some changes were made along the way because, Now we can't afford
can't
that,
recoup this.
so we're going to do this
Yeah.
instead. So there were changes, definitely.
Well, as it stands, as we sit here today, only 35% of the movie theaters in this country are open and doing business.
Yeah.
Only 35%.
Yeah,
and a
that's
lot of
insane.
the theaters that are open, you have select seating available.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Right.
Oh, they are
Social
going to
distancing
crowd them in.
and-
they're not packing them in. We'll put it that way.
Right.
So. Well, very cool. Dan, thank you for the
It's
update,
interesting.
sir.
And by the way,
Yeah.
I will probably never see the film, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen any good comments on it at all.
Me neither.
It's been kind
Yeah.
of brutalized, man. So
And I don't know what people were expecting, but I had some friends from 80s in the Sand. They were saying, that they felt like it was just a waste for them to call it 1984 because they're like, there was hardly any 80s references and just, a big fail on that part. So I don't know what they were expecting, but it didn't. I think this thing's been brewing for a while, and a lot of people set their expectations really, really
could have been.
high.
Yeah.
And I think that could be part of what we're having here.
Well, its production budget was about $200 million.
Wow, how are they
So
going to
they've got a hill to climb on that deal, so
They'll make it up
we'll see.
one way or another.
I'll keep you posted because celebrity is my beat. I
It
live
is.
and breathe.
Yes, it is.
I live and breathe it.
He does.
I eat it with a big spoon.
That's all he has on his menu right
Do
now.
it. It's crazy.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average snapped three-day winning streaks on Tuesday, putting an early end to the Santa Claus rally. The decline comes just days after the indices set a new all-time high and may lead to a deeper decline on Wednesday. There's growing evidence of weakness within the markets that has it set up to fall 2 to 3% over the coming days. The signs of weakness include tepid volume and divergences in both the MACD and stochastic indicators. Divergences are important signals from traders and investors to watch for. A divergence happens when a stock, index, or commodity moves to set a new high or a new low, and the indicators fail to match it. The caveat is that divergences do not always lead to market declines, at least not deep ones. With the market in an uptrend, it is possible a 2 to 3% decline will result in another buying opportunity. You can get the inside track in your inbox daily at MarketBeatMinute.com.